You're watching Newsday TV. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ken Bufa. Get ready for more stormy weather. It's going to rain tonight, and there may be high winds and a chance of flooding in some areas. But by Friday afternoon, the rain should ease. We'll have more on the weekend weather in just a few minutes. But first, Amityville residents have a tough choice. They could lose an elementary school or deal with higher school taxes. Sherry Einhorn has the story.
Catch-22, either way sucks.
The Amityville School District has some difficult decisions to make before the Super Tuesday budget vote. Shut down a pre-K school or pierce the tax cap.
Today, I'm just baffled.
Amityville's Faith Robinson has 5 kids, 4 who already went through Northeast Elementary School, 1 who will go, and she actually went there as well. Hearing that the district is considering closing the school to help plug a $4.6 million budget hole isn't sitting well.
It was really sad to hear that that was an option for trying to fix something that, has been going on for a long time.
According to the budget plan presented at last night's school board meeting, in order to keep the school open, the district would have to approve a 5.84% increase in the tax levy. For the average homeowner, that translates into an extra $620. If the district stays under the tax cap, the increase would be about $326.
I want to keep the school open, but I don't want to pay the increase.
Now, the Amityville School Board also voted last month to eliminate 47 positions, including 25 teachers. The board said that move was to plug a multi-million-dollar deficit in the current budget.
All of their mistakes are on the backs of the children, the teachers, the staff, and the taxpayers.
We reached out to the superintendent and the school board president for a comment, but didn't hear back. The board has to adopt a budget in less than 2 weeks. Then voters will be heading to the polls in May.
That's part of what's upsetting people, is that they feel as though they're not going to have an adequate time to process this, to digest it, to understand it. A lot of numbers are being hurled at them, and none of it's good.
In the meantime, parents like Faith Robinson are holding out hope that another, better option comes along.
I think there's got to be something else.
In Amityville, I'm Sherry Einhorn for Newsday TV.
The deadly Farmingdale High School bus crash has prompted a new bill in Albany that can make charter buses safer. Now, it would require riders ages 8 and up to wear seatbelts, because right now the law requires seatbelts on buses, but does not require people to actually wear them. A charter bus crashed last September while carrying students to an upstate band camp. The band director and a chaperone were killed, and dozens of students were injured. And only in Newsday, a federal lawsuit accuses Citibank of failing to protect its customers in New York. Macy Eglin breaks it down with Newsday business reporter Chris Kahn.
We are seeing a significant rise in bank transfer fraud, including here in New York. Newsday's business reporter Chris Kahn is working on this story for us. Citibank, the latest target of this. Tell us what's going on here.
This is really about identity theft, where we're seeing some victims, many of whom lost their life savings wiped out in just a few minutes. And then came a second shock. The bank that was securing their accounts blamed them for the loss and refused to pay them back.
Right, so you have protection for your credit card, your debit card, but what's going on that they were able to wipe all of this away?
Yeah, I think this is something that people really need to understand. When it comes to your savings accounts, where most people keep the bulk of their money, there are some real liabilities there, some weaknesses in consumer protection laws that allow banks to walk away without paying you back if you're defrauded.
So at this point, what can we do to secure our savings?
Think of it this way. A lot of the scammers out there, they are constantly searching out there for all of your information. They probably already know your name, they probably know your email address, they have a lot of this easy to get stuff. If they can get a critical mass of all of your information, they can steal your identity, they can find your bank account, and maybe even get access to it and take your money. So the goal is to put up as many barriers as possible. So they talk about a lot of things like change your passwords, change them often. Don't make your passwords your name or some version of your name, because again, expect them to know what that is. You're going to want to sign up for multi-factor authentication services.
Good to have all these things in place to protect yourself. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
And the Long Island Railroad officially has a new president. Rob Free has been appointed to lead after serving as acting president. The MTA says he helped roll out LIRR service to Grand Central Madison. Free started out as a station cleaner 31 years ago. And Inwood residents want to trash a plan to build a garbage truck parking lot in their neighborhood. A Westchester company is asking for some residential property to be rezoned so a vacant lot could hold 29 dump trucks. Residents who attended a town board meeting opposed the plan. The town board still has to vote on the zoning change, but did not set a voting date. And a Bayshore Race Survivor contestant was booted off the show. Soda Thompson will no longer compete against 17 others for the $1 million prize. Thompson says she, quote, did not see that coming at all. Soldiers are being reunited with dogs they rescued overseas. Steve Langford shares the story.
These are rescue pets, all right, straight from a military deployment in Eastern Europe. A reunion for 3 soldiers and the pets they managed to help save during their deployment in a mountainous region of the Balkans.
We didn't want to leave them, From day one, we're taught that, you don't leave anybody behind, and they're part of our family now, and, we couldn't just leave them behind.
The sight of stray dogs roaming the streets there sparked the soldiers to find out how they might bring these pets home.
I was like, I'm definitely taking one of those pets.
They quickly discovered Paws of War, the Wisconsin support group that provides service dogs to veterans.
I looked it up, I submitted an application, and they worked magic.
Hey, I missed you. So I was really afraid that she was not going to be able to make it if I left her.
Reunited, these soldiers will now take their best friends home, where the rescued will return the favor.
They became like our escape from reality. They're definitely a part of our family.
They're just like your companion. They make your day 10 times better.
I took care of her. She took care of me mentally,
A shot of instant morale on the home front. Paws of War says there are 18 more dogs at that military base in Eastern Europe that soldiers want to bring home. They're fundraising for that now. Steve Langford for Newsday TV.
Now, to read more about Paws of War, go to Newsday.com, click Get More, below the Newsday TV video box.
What's Up on Long Island is brought to you by Santana and Counting Crows, coming to Northwell Health at Jones Beach Theater on July 21st.
All right, here's what's up on Long Island. Check out the Chocolate Expo. There's also a panel discussion with actors who starred in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. It's Sunday at Hofstra University. Or celebrate Holi, the Festival of Colors. There's music, storytelling, and the throwing of colors on Saturday at the Half Hollow Hills Community Library. Or see Buddy Guy. The blues legend will be at the Flag Star at Westbury Music Fair Sunday night. For admission info and more events, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Now let's take a look at your wet and stormy Long Island weather, shall we? So as you heard, it's going to be a rough one for the next couple of days. Tonight there'll be rain and wind, and tomorrow we'll deal with rain early in the day. So take a closer look at tomorrow. You can see we start off wet, but we do dry out later in the evening. Saturday, though, looks like we're going to have some rain again. Sunday we are going to have some rain again. Saturday looks clear, but overall not the greatest weekend. And next week, it's getting a little better.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Fire Island Ferries.
You're watching Newsday TV. I'm Ken Buffa. Thank you so much for joining us.